What's up, everybody? Tonight we're gonna make hibachi using shreds of grace, and I make some bits of grace. I do 2 ounces of each. First, just take your zucchini and squash, cut it up. 2 bags of 10-minute rice. You just drop in and boil it, and then I cut it into quarters like this. You can see about how thick I cut them, just because I like them a bit thicker. We'll cut up the onion, peel off this extra outside layer. You just quarter it. So basically you got your half onion. It's pretty bad, I got my daughter helping me, but cut this onion in half, and then as you start to cook it, it'll just fall to pieces like that in the thing, in the skillet. Now we've got the rice boiling in the background. Take a little bit of this avocado oil, and just kind of drizzle it in the pan like that. Kind of just get the whole bottom of the pan covered. Take the vegetables, dump them in. Take a little bit of garlic salt. Take some pepper, black pepper, pink Himalayan salt, and some soy sauce. Drizzle it on there, and then you just stir it. I pop them out while they're cooking. They'll cook for about 5 minutes. Then you just pop it out and taste it. When it tastes good, it's done. All right, so the rice is done. Like I said, I got 4 ounces of sage rice here. I ended up mixing shreds and bits. I got 2 ounces of shreds, 2 ounces of bits. I just poured it into the pot that I was using to boil the rice a second ago. I just put water in it, and I'll show you how much water I put in it in a second. Basically, I just fill it up to where it's got everything's covered, and I got about a ½ inch of water on it. So, like as you can see, you can just kind of push down, and you can barely cover your fingers with the water. It's not that big of a deal, but there's instructions on the bag. But I just let the sage grace come to a boil, and then for me, I basically cook everything on high. So I just let all the water boil out, and then the biggest thing with sage grace is getting all the moisture out of it. So I'll strain it. Then I'll put it on a paper. I'll get a paper, not a paper plate, but a plate with a couple paper towels down on it, and then I'll put a paper towel on top and just mash it. And I'll show you that in a second, but basically just go ahead and get your plate with your paper towel out while the sage grace is boiling. So now the vegetables are done. This is basically what they look like. I just see how they taste. They've probably been cooking for about 10 minutes. We still got sage grace boiling in the background, so probably about another 3-4 minutes on that. I'll pull it off, and then I got my plate here, and we'll strain it, and I'll put it on the plate, press all the water out. Like I said earlier, getting the texture right is really getting all the moisture out of the sage grace is the key to it. Take the rice, just dump it in a bowl, and then I'll add the seasoning and the soy sauce in a second. And I know this is extremely elementary, but the goal is to give y'all some options on how to cook the sage grace. All right, so the sage grace is done. Got it strained. I'm gonna take the sage grace. Pretty much, I just boil all the water out and just dump it directly into the strainer. Get all of it out. And then just run some cool water over it. The way it doesn't. Just cools everything down and doesn't burn your hand when you try to go to mash all the water out. And then now that you got it cooled off some, just shake it, and then while it's in here, I just press down on it really hard to get as much of the water in the sink as I can out. And like I said, you can just kind of, I'd take it and just kind of make a fist like that, push all the water out. I just do that for a few minutes, then I'll put it up here on the paper towel. I said a few minutes, really it's just like 30 seconds. Like I said, you can just grip it, pull it all out. And now, if you got all the moisture out that you can. In the sink, I've doubled up paper towels, put it on this plate, and then so you got it all on the plate. And then just take another paper towel, and just push down on it as hard as I can like that. And you can see how much water, still not a whole lot, but still more than you want. Like I said, the more you push out, the better the texture is, especially on the fillets and the nuggets. Might take a couple paper towels just to be sure you get it really dry. Now that you got that done, we'll just stir it in with the vegetables real quick, and then we'll rock it. I'm not going to use all the zucchini and squash. I just basically did a serving. So for me, I'm not exactly tracking my macros and stuff right now. Well, I'm not tracking the macros. So I'm just going to take a handful. Like I said, there's 4 ounces here. So this is roughly about a quarter. So I'm going to put that in there. Then I'm just going to throw it on here and just stir fry it for a little bit. Just basically warm it up. And then once I got it warmed up, I'm just going to throw the rice on. Alright, so I warmed up the sage rice just for a second. Right now I'm going to dump some rice in here. And then just to give everything a little bit, like I said, a lot of y'all, I know, are tracking macros and stuff like that. I'm not. Y'all are lucky I can just even get through cooking right now. So just put a little bit of garlic salt on it. And a little bit of soy sauce. However much soy sauce you want. And then just mix it together. Warm it up on the pan for a second. And then you got your basically 40 grams of protein plus however many calories from the rice, soy sauce. But I mean, it ain't exactly pretty, but it'll work. Once you get done with the sage rice that you're not going to eat, you can throw it in the Tupperware. And with the extra, I put all the extra rice in a different bowl, and then you can throw it in the refrigerator. And you can either do something else with it or just keep it. We recommend no more than 3 days in the refrigerator, just like if you were storing a meat. But you can make all kinds of different dishes. Now that I feel like it's not the hard part, but probably one of the more time-consuming things. Because something else I do, like I'll take, they sell frozen quinoa in a bag, throw it in the microwave for like 5 minutes, and then you can use another serving of sage rice, and you got lunch for tomorrow, and then you can do something else with it tomorrow night. It's just super easy to add to a lot of other dishes. I mean, a lot of times I'll just do the shreds and the bits and add rice, and then I dump a whole bunch of hot sauce on it just to give it a little bit more flavor. So you got a bunch of options you can do now that the sage rice is cooked.